Most of the videos I've done so far have been about what happens after an accident, be it fault or non-fault. Today I want to talk about something we should really look at, and that is actually what happens when we purchase insurance either for the first time, on renewal, or when we're looking around the market. Unfortunately, 99% of us in the UK buy insurance by price and price only. Price, and we look at the excess, without actually looking at the policy that we're actually purchasing. And that is our contract with the insurer, is the policy, not the price, not the excess. It's actually what's within that policy is what determines what happens if you have an accident. So I did a video on how to save money going through the Compare site by using an excess cover. So now we're going to talk about what should I really look at when I'm actually buying my insurance. Yes, the first thing you should really look at is when you're in the comparison sites, and that is what your compulsory excess is, what your voluntary excess is, and we can use and look at the video on how you can save money by upping that, increasing it. But also, please take time to have a look at the policy they're offering. That is the services they're offering. What they're saying is, if you pay us £416 per year with this excess, this is what we're going to provide to you. And these are our terms and conditions. The biggest failure in the market in insurance, and I saw it for years, is things like when the policyholder rang up and tried to make a claim, they could not believe some of the stipulations we had within the claims process that they had to abide by. Prime example, my car's a total loss. I put the value in at 10,000 and you offer me 6,000 back because it's been written off. Actually, in the policy it stated we'll give you market value for the vehicle. So what happened is the person had upped the value of the vehicle in the site when they went to get their insurance. They valued it at 10,000. Actually, the car was only worth 6,000 to 7,000, but they thought when they had an accident and it was written off, they'll get 10,000. No, they don't. You get the market value, and that's predominantly across all the policies. A lot of that's gone out now because the comparison sites recognise the registration and they come back with a market value anyway. But if it is asking you for a value for the policy, always make sure you have the right market value and you're paying the right amount of money for that, because if you do have a total loss, that's all you're going to get. Secondly, in the policy, it could state that they want to use green parts on your repair if it's over 3 years. What are green parts? Green parts, unlike non-OEM pattern parts from that non-manufacturer's parts that are brand new but they're aftermarket, green parts are being recycled off cars, and there's a lot of it happening now in the UK where they take green parts off other total loss cars and they put them back onto your car. Why would they do that? Well, if you think of the likes of Aviva, who are doing probably 55,000, 60,000 total losses a year through their network, they've got access to a lot of cars. And underwriters predominantly insure the same type of book of business. They don't go and pick any car in the industry. They'll pick up 10, 15 types of vehicles and go and insure it. So they're actually insuring out that 55,000. They're insuring the same cars as what you've got. So they can take parts of those cars, strip them off and use them on your car. Is it a bad thing? No, but you need to know that that's in the policy. And because you might want an OEM part and they turn around and say, no, you can't have it. We'll put the green one on. And you've signed the policy when you took it out, and you have to abide by it. So that's the other thing you have to look at. The other thing is, and it is springing up, is an additional third-party excess. And that means if you happen to have an accident with somebody, and it could be minor, and you've got a very high excess, you could be quite a young driver, and you've got a 2,000 excess, and you hit the third party and you notify your insurer that you've had an accident, but you might be dealing directly as cash with the guy because you don't want to claim, because you're just going to pay the guy and get his car repaired and do it yourself because it's less than your £2,000. What is springing up at the moment and what's in the market is because you've notified your claims company that there is, or your insurance company, that you've had a third party incident, they will charge you an additional excess regardless if they pay the claim or not. And this is through some of the brokers, and that's something you've got to look at. Is it in the policy? Because especially on young drivers. They have that one. Other things to look at in the policy is how they'll deal with your claim. Does it say in there that they're actually going to farm out your non-fault to an accident management company? Because if they do, they should tell you that they're going to ship you out. A lot of them don't. And the policy also stipulates how they deal with your repairs through whichever approved repair network, and what comeback you've got, complaints procedures, how you get to the ombudsman, etc., etc. So I would say, if you're buying insurance, do not just look at the price, because it might be you're looking at everything else. It's 430, 450, 360. I'm going to buy that one because the excess is the same, 150. Have a look at the policy, please read it, because if you do make a claim, you might be surprised. There might even be in there that you don't get a courtesy car through your duration of your repair. 99% of insurers have it in their policy, they give you the car, but on a fault claim, that is a gesture of goodwill. You might not get, there might be in there saying we do not give a courtesy car because we want to reduce costs. That way the repair does the repair for cheaper. So it's things like that. Please have a look at it. If you've got any questions about policies, please put it under this video and I will respond as fast as I can. Thank you for watching, and I hope you like the channel.